Hey, Radical Gamers. Yeah, I was gonna add this in to Tuesdays because I already got my vocal recorded and I got my drumming cover, even though I technically marked it as a practice. But I had some feedback on it and they said it was pretty good, so might just leave that for the cover for this upcoming week on Tuesday. But this is also going to be included. And what this is a review of one of my favorite albums, or reviews of my favorite albums. And the album I want to review right now would be the first album on here. It's going to be my favorite album, and that'd be Def Leppard Hysteria. Now, it starts off, and this album spanned 7 hit singles, and they really needed to do this to, because they were behind on, recording time, and they owed a lot of money. So this album really had to hit home. And they were going to release this album with just the original songs besides Sugar. Sugar was an idea by Joe that he just ran across Mutt Lange. And Mutt liked it and said, well, we should absolutely do this. And that was the song that pretty much took that album off, was Pour Some Sugar on Me. But I want to say that it starts off with Women, which is a really good in-your-face rock song to start it off with, in my opinion. And then we go to Rocket, and it just takes off from there. Rocket's Women's a hit single, Rocket's a single. And then we go with Animal, which is really awesome. And that's the one that pretty much made them, I think, be number one on the list in the UK. The first time they got number one in the UK was with Animal, which is Hysteria, which is the third single from Hysteria. Then Love Bites, which is a ballad, and that's a really cool rockin' ballad. Great message. That's also the fourth single. And then we go with Pour Some Sugar on Me, fifth single. That just took that album off. And not to mention, this album went diamond, platinum too, and not many albums get that reward, and this one did, and Def Leppard did. And Armageddon It next, which is the sixth song and sixth single. And then we go to what I thought should really be a single, is Gods of War. It's one of my favorite all-time Def Leppard songs. Really in your face. It was about a war and something that happened, Joe said, or something like that during that time. And pretty much the message of, we're fighting for the gods of war, but what the hell are we fighting for? Or the man's, thinking on the street, what are we fighting for? And then goes, I'm trying to remember the track listing. And then it's Don't Shoot Shotgun, which is another one of my favorites. That's a drive-in rocker. Leads right into Run Riot, which is another favorite of mine. And that's amazing. Great guitar work by Phil and Steve. And not to mention Joe on screaming vocals. And then Hysteria, which is the title track. And that's the 8th single. Wait, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7th single. And then after Hysteria, we go into Excitable, I think. Yeah, Excitable. And that is a drive-in rocker too, On the Way to Love and Affection, which closes off the album with its sort of ballady rocker type thing. A really good in-your-face rocker to close out the album. An amazing album. It's my favorite for reasons, since it was my first record ever that really got me into music and got me into Def Leppard as well. I had it on tape, which is cassette, and I had it on CD. Now, I have it on record, which is right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. And thanks to one of my best friends. And yeah, this album has been my favorites for years and many years to come, and it will always be my top favorite album by Def Leppard and by any album out there. So you guys should really check out Def Leppard Hysteria. If you are a melodic rocker fan or just a rock fan, classic rock, this album has everything for anybody. So yeah, and especially if you love Def Leppard, this is an album you want. So hope you guys liked my review of Def Leppard Hysteria. Stay tuned for another review next Tuesday, along with covers and drumming cover and vocal cover. And as always, guys, keep the faith and rock on. And by the way, before I close this out, this was pretty much the last completed album with Steve, because Adrenalize had most of his work on there, but they're mainly like demos and stuff, I think. But this is pretty much, if you want any album to listen to how Steve plays, this is that album, Hysteria. And of course Pyromania and High and Dry, but this is the one that, you know, takes the rocket ship off. And this is the last one I think Joe really screams his vocals with. And if I remember, he lost some vocal power or something in his throat or something like that, if I remember correctly, off of Hysteria, because he really screamed in this album. He still has it in Adrenalize, but not as much as Hysteria. But yeah, as always, guys, keep the faith, take care, always, and rock on. And if you like the video, please give it a like. If you like my content now or any other further content in the future, please subscribe. One subscriber means a lot to me. Keep the faith and rock on.